I did something. God, I'm so freaking proud of myself. It kind of snuck up on me. I admit I'm a little punchy. I worked a double recently, and then again the next day, and this is going to be like the busiest week I've had in years. But I feel really good, and I accomplished something that no one cares about but me, and that's okay because I did it. Sometimes it's really totally okay to be self-congratulatory. In fact, I would encourage you to get into the habit of doing it. Because the fact of the matter is, very few, if any, other people are going to do it for you. For whatever reason, we live in a mean-spirited age, and humans are basically kind of dicks. We are much more likely to point out when you've done something wrong than when you do something good, and we will tend to reserve that for friends. And especially if you don't have a wide social circle, like I do not, you may have to turn to yourself and say, hey, you set this goal, and it happened. You did it. It wasn't huge, but you said it, and it's done. So what did I do? I know some people say, play the mystery out. Keep them watching. Well, for me, I had seen somewhere that the average YouTube channel only ever publishes 22 videos and then stops. And I said, I am getting to 23 if it kills me. And I did. In fact, that happened today. I hadn't realized it until I looked at my channel. I was like, oh, that says 23 for those of you who are Robert Anton Wilson fans and have read the Illuminatus trilogy. The Illuminatus book and the Schrodinger's trilogy. I think that's how it goes. The number 23, it just appears everywhere. So that was today. Came out. Look, a lot of my videos, I'm still kind of a little firmly in the dozen club. That's okay. In terms of views, not everything. The views where I psychologically pick apart some person living a public life seem to be the most organically popular. But I did it. My 24th is coming out tonight at midnight. It's actually kind of depressing, but I think an important topic. This will be my 25th video, which will be out on Friday, October something. And tomorrow I think is going to be kind of a big production day. I've got some, I'm teaching a young Ukrainian girl English remotely, so that'll be a shift that I do. But then I'll probably do this, and I've got a few ideas and some scripts that need working, although I'm trying to maybe move beyond the script, so I'm looking into the camera. I'm also trying not to do this. This seems to be about improving, like, very, very little, like, 0.01% improvement per video over the course of enough videos. That should be a nice upward trajectory, regardless of views, regardless of average view duration, regardless of how many people are still watching these videos at 30 seconds, because it's like, this guy's just got a crappy camera. He's like in front of a dark bedsheet or something. What is he doing? I never wore the same suit twice. And I know I'm pushing the combinations a little bit here and there, but sometimes you don't know until you try. So the reason it's different when it's okay to be self-congratulatory is if it's a goal, and if it's a good goal, it doesn't have to be a major goal. Not everything you do has to be hugely important. If you do a bunch of small important things, the likelihood that something more largely important will happen is increasingly likely. Again, I'm not a therapist. I'm not studying to be a therapist. If I'm your therapist, we're both in trouble. But I have just a few key pieces of advice for, in terms of the user manual of the human mind, which is pay attention to beautiful, meaningful things. And you are much more likely to have a beautiful, meaningful life. And when you do that successfully, congratulate yourself. I'm buying things. I kind of believe in getting yourself objects when you accomplish these things. I've got a really cheap blazer picked out which will probably get even more people on Blue Sky to accuse me of being gay, which is fine. I mean, I'm not. I have a very broad palette. Um, and a kind of expensive tie, little more than I should spend, but and I'd like to think if it's an object, and it can be anything, it can be a Pez dispenser, it can be some bauble, it can be a piece of wardrobe. Um, Subconsciously, every time you interact with that object, you'll think, oh, that's part of something that I did where I accomplished a thing that I had set myself to do. And that's just churning in your mind a little bit. So I want this to be a short video because I'm tired. I'm actually doing this at night. Usually I do these in the morning when I'm heavily caffeinated. Maybe I'm having a manic episode. Hopefully, if I'm not, I'll get to sleep. It's one of those things, when you drive yourself to just ultimate fatigue. By the way, I apologize for not shaving. You drive yourself to ultimate fatigue, and then you take a quick nap for 15 minutes, and you wake up and you're like full of weird, bizarre energy, enough to maybe possibly get you in trouble. I'm not quite there, but that's why I have medication. So I did this thing. I'm doing a video to celebrate it. I have another goal in mind. I'm actually halfway to this goal right now. And of course, if I get there, I'm going to make a video about it. So you'll know. So stay tuned. I hope you are having a good life, a good day. And thank you so much for watching this video and celebrating this little teeny tiny, itty beeny bitsy witsy accomplishment that I made. 23 videos, motherfucker. I'm trying not to have too much swearing in the brand, but every once in a while it feels appropriate. Take care of yourself.